after Seth Rollins curb stomped Montez Ford and beat him on Raw. Montez Ford is backstage with Seth Rollins, and they agree that they are going to be on the same page from now on after Angelo Dawkins was taken out by Austin Theory. But now Seth is on Raw, ready to address his alliance with Montez Ford and the Vision too. And Seth Rollins talks about he is going to put down the Vision and he's going to beat Braun Breaker. But Braun Breaker immediately comes out, and Braun Breaker says that Seth Rollins has a big mouth and he's going to shut it. And Braun says that I'll beat you again like I beat you at Backlash. And Seth talks about he's going to beat Braun. And the challenge is made, it's official. The next week we will have Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker. But as we see Seth warming up in the back and on the backstage, Montez Ford comes over and says he's got Seth's back tonight. But now Seth makes his entrance on Raw, ready for his main event match against the future Braun Breaker. Seth Rollins says this match is going to be very different than what their match was at Backlash, and it is showing while Seth takes down Braun with big maneuvers, but Braun also takes him down with other maneuvers too. And these two go to war in this match. But at some point in the match, Seth hits a Falcon Arrow, superplex into a Falcon Arrow, but Braun Breaker follows it up with a big clothesline and a gut check, and then as he looks to spear him, Seth hits Braun with a super kick, and then right in front of Paul Heyman hits a stomp. But Austin Theory comes out, but Montez Ford is here. Montez Ford said he would have Seth Rollins back, and he's showing that. He takes Austin Theory out of the equation, but that distracts Seth, and Braun hits a huge spear on Seth. Cover, 1, 2, kick out by Seth. As Braun staggers in the corner, he doesn't have time because Seth hits a curb stomp from the middle rope. And that does it for Seth. Seth Rollins wins. He beats Braun Breaker. But now the next week, Seth is in a King and Queen of the Ring qualifying match against Ricky Saints, Javon Evans, and Tala Tonga. And Javon Evans takes down Tala Tonga, taking them out of the equation. But Braun Breaker's here to distract Seth, but he accidentally spears Ricky Saints, and Seth Rollins throws Braun Breaker and hits a super stomp on Ricky Saints. 1, 2, 3, that does it. Seth Rollins is going to the finals of the King of the Ring. But also qualifying, LA Knight qualifies for his match after beating Jey Uso, after pinning Jey Uso. But also Braun Breaker, he wins his fatal 4-way match and he punched his ticket to SmackDown to face Obafemi. And now we are here on SmackDown to see the first person who will be in the King of the Ring, who will challenge for it. But now these two go to absolute war. This is one of the dream matches for Oba, and Oba gets the upper hand, hitting Braun Breaker with a bunch of different moves. But Braun Breaker fires back with that clothesline, and he also hits maneuvers too. But at some point in the match, Braun Breaker hits his Steiner line, and he looks for the spear, but Oba catches Braun for the massive fall from grace. Cover, 1, 2, kick out by Braun, and Oba looks for something in the corner, but Braun attacks him and hits Oba with a spear, and Oba kicks out, and then Braun hits Oba with a gut check, and Braun hits Oba with a spear. But he's not done. He runs the ropes looking for a super spear. It connects. 1, 2, 3. Braun Breaker is going to Night of Champions. But now it's time for the other match. The match that will determine who faces Braun Breaker between Seth Rollins and LA Knight. And Seth Rollins offers a handshake, and LA Knight accepts, and then these two start locking up. But Seth Rollins gets the upper hand with strikes, but then LA Knight also fires back with strikes. LA Knight gets hit with a rolling forearm, and Seth starts kicking LA Knight in the head, but LA Knight hits a big boot, and he also hits different maneuvers on Seth. But at some point in the match, Seth Rollins hits a pedigree on LA Knight and goes into the cover. 1, 2, kick out. And then Seth Rollins starts forearming LA Knight right to the back and hits him with a back suplex, reverse DDT. And Seth makes a mistake and he taunts to the crowd. And as he does that, LA Knight hits a BFT. He covers 1. But Seth Rollins puts his hand on the rope, forcing a break, and then LA Knight wants the crowd to cheer for him. But as he does, it's a big mistake because Seth Rollins catches him with the buckle bomb and immediately follows it up with the stomp. 1, 2, 3. Seth Rollins is going to face Braun Breaker. But now, Seth Rollins is here the next week to talk about his match upcoming with Braun Breaker at Night of Champions for the King of the Ring. And Seth Rollins, he starts talking about if he wins, which when he will face Roman Reigns for the title. But instead, Braun Breaker comes out. And Braun Breaker says he's definitely going to win and he's going to beat Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship. And these two start going back and forth, talking about how they are the better man and how Seth Rollins has recently got a win. But now at Night of Champions, we are here. Seth Rollins is here. And also Braun Breaker arrives. With Paul Heyman by his side. and these two immediately start the match by trading blows. But Seth gets the upper hand, and Seth takes Braun down with multiple moves. But it's also Braun Breaker who takes Seth down with more moves. The power moves of Braun Breaker are just too much for Seth Rollins to handle. And Braun Breaker tosses Seth Rollins. And Braun Breaker clears the announce table. But Seth follows it up with a big dive. But Braun Breaker catches Seth and hits him with a power slam on the table. But Seth hits a forearm off the table, and then he hits a Uranagi off the barricade, and Seth hits Braun with the superplex into a Falcon Arrow and looks for the 3 count. 1, 2, but a kick out. It's going to take more, and Seth at some point hits a stop on Braun. Seth thinks it's over. 1, 2, oh, but a kick out. But Braun Breaker, as Seth looks for another stop, hits a spear. 1, 2, kick out by Seth. These two are not giving up. But Braun Breaker hits the Hurricanrana, but he accidentally spears the referee, and Seth looks for a stop, but Braun Breaker hits a spear. But there's no ref to count the pin because Braun Breaker accidentally speared the ref. And Braun Breaker is mad. So he calls Austin Theory to come, and Austin Theory is out here, ready to beat up Seth. But as he does, Montez Ford arrives, fresh off of beating Austin Theory in a match, and he throws him. But Seth hits a super stomp off the distraction, and the ref returns. 1, 2, 3. Seth Rollins is your 2026 King of the Ring winner after beating